and I use YouTube to, like, I watched this really great interview with John Densmore and Robbie Krieger from The Doors last
Oh,
night
yeah.
while I was working. And it was great, man. It was a great. And then they go. I wanted to tell you about this, Dean. They start talking about how Jim was tripping out right at the beginning of the Hollywood Bowl. He had dropped a bunch of acid, and they didn't know where to start. Where he does When the Music's Over, and he jumps onto the microphone, and they're just talking about how he was just such a wild child to deal with. And then they talked about this demo that they had done without Robbie before they got Robbie. And it was John Densmore, Ray Manzarek, and Jim Morrison and Ray's brothers playing. And you can find that daggone demo on YouTube. And I went and listened to it. And Jim is just a complete goofball, man.
Yeah, I mean, I heard.
It's like it's like, oh, wow. He was just like, he was just some crazy.
And by the way, I say this again, I think Val Kilmer got robbed of an Oscar nomination for his portrayal.
He got robbed of his career. They blacklisted Val Kilmer the last 15 years of his career, man.
Interesting. Very interesting as well. Wow.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
It'd be great to know what he knew about Hollywood, you know.
You know what I hate about YouTube? I hate getting penalized. If you get penalized, like you get like detention. Like you get like you said something bad and the teacher is mad at you, and like you get detention for like a week, a month.
It's ridiculous.
Like, who are they to discuss? And some of the things that they get you for are just like they're not totally legit. Like,
here's the quick story, real quick. Here's what happened. I swear to God, I wasn't planning on saying this, but they said in 1971, Jim Morrison was hired by Jackie Gleason to make an appearance at his daughter's Sweet 16 birthday party. True story. I swear to God. So he shows up as the Morrison with the beer belly, drunk. He shows up at this party, Sweet 16. Okay. And he begins, as John Bowne mentioned earlier, he was wild. He debriefed himself and exposed himself in front of all these teenagers and families and everything. And Jackie Gleason was so pissed off, as you can imagine. They threw him out, but he made a phone call to the one and only Frank Sinatra, and they put a hit on Jim Morrison. And his father, Jim Morrison's father, was a naval intelligence officer, very high up, got wind of it. They got his son and deported him or exited him out of the country into France, found some junkie's body on the streets of Paris and said it was him. And then he wound up living until about 1999 was what I was told. Can you believe that?
Where was he? Was he living in Seattle, like the Northwest or something? That's where I saw. About 10 years ago, I saw something where they're like, "Is that Jim Morrison?" And it was like in Oregon or something like that.
Maybe we should do a show about all the people who are actually still alive. Tupac, Biggie. We got to get down the list here.
Yeah, Keith Richards. There's another one. Okay, here's a quick story. I'm just curious on everybody's take about the Kristi Noem story. I'm just very curious. That her purse was stolen. I don't know how the hell that happens. At a dinner in D.C., cash, blank checks, makeup, and personal toys. I think we know who the assailant is, but I'm not going to say names.
Suspicious.
Got a maple leaf.
Yeah, it's missing a sticker that says "I'm not Aaron Cates." But John,
I think I saw one that says
Aaron, you want
to state on the back?
Yeah. I love her shirt, by the way. I love that shirt. Aaron, you want to comment on that? Because I think it's a bullshit story that. The security got breached again. I mean, come on. Let's talk about it.
How did somebody get so close to her? That's what I want to know. Like,
that's what I want to know, too. I want to know that exact question.
He's the head of the Department of Homeland Security.
Orange Man.
How do you get robbed?
It makes no sense to me.